My name's George Asprey, and I play Scar in The Lion King.
My name's Shaun Escoffery, and I play Mufasa in The Lion King.
Playing Scar is just wonderful. Always more interesting, I think, to play the baddie. I think you'll find that the baddies tend to say things that everyone's thinking anyway, but are afraid to say. Obviously, to get the opportunity to make young children cry on a daily basis is an absolutely wonderful thing.
He very enjoys it, trust me. He enjoys it very much. And I love playing the role of Mufasa. He's stoic, he's regal, he's a warrior, he's a father. And I take great pleasure in playing that role. And I'm always discovering new things about him as well. And it allows me to kind of go deep into the character, into history, tradition, African tradition, and just kind of pull out new things. So yeah, man, I'm having a wonderful time.
I think The Secret of Lion King it's an exceptional show. I think first and foremost, it's a timeless story.
Yeah.
It's a story that's been recreated in the Bible. It's been a story that's created in Shakespeare. It's not set in any particular time period, so it's timeless in that respect. It's a fusion of so many different theatrical styles, from South African music to Chinese shadow puppetry to Javanese dance.
Yeah.
It's such a feast for the eyes. I think my wife said actually something quite interesting. The first time she said she saw it, afterwards she said that she had a slight melancholia because she realized she'd never experienced it for the first time ever again. And I think that's why people keep on coming back. It also grows with you. You relate to it on a certain way when you're 9 years old, but then when you're in your 20s, you relate to it in a completely different way. So I think in that respect, there's something for everybody.
People ask me, so what do you do? And I'll tell them I'm in The Lion King. Oh my gosh, eyes light up, and they have 1,000,001 questions. The thing is, it's such a huge deal to people. And the thing is as well, Lion King it transcends cultures, languages, the whole thing. Everyone knows The Lion King. So when you mention, I play Mufasa in The Lion King, sometimes I get a bit sheepish about it, to be honest with you. Because you have 101 million questions. But it's always such a big deal. It's always such a, oh my gosh, The Lion King, The Lion King. And ask loads of questions, how it works, how it runs, what it's like to play the characters, and how long it's been running for, the same kind of questions. But again, it's one of those things where I take great pleasure and very humbled really to be doing something like this.
I think when I say that I play Scar in The Lion King, I have to preface it with, I'm not bad, just misunderstood. I don't think we feel pressure so much as the weight of responsibility.
Yes, yeah. It's a huge responsibility, but there's no pressure. I mean, the thing is, we enjoy it so much, and also, working alongside George, like I said, I've said to him millions of times, he's one of my best friends. So, so sharing the stage with George Asprey, and we've been playing the role for just over 11 years now.
Yeah.
Right? So we encourage each other, we bring out new things, on stage with each other, we can explore the characters more. And I think that's the good thing about working on a piece like this for such a long time, that we have the time to dissect things after so many years.
And trying new things constantly, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but that continuously striving to keep things fresh. And the other thing about The Lion King is that it introduces some quite deep and philosophical ideas. It's a story about the circle of life. It's a story about life and death. And these are quite fundamental issues. And it has to matter. Yeah. It has to matter to us. Yeah. Because if it doesn't matter to us, it won't matter to the audience. Yeah. Audiences pick up on things like that. If the actors aren't fully invested in something, the audience will pick up on that. And so when we're performing it, these absolutely fundamental issues that we're dealing with have to matter, and they do.
And also, as well, is that a lot of these people have come to see the show for the first time. Bring their children for the first time. And so the responsibility on that is something that we take seriously. We want them to take away the experience knowing that they've been actually moved, they've come to see something and it's moved them. They've literally experienced something. And the thing about The Lion King, the show, is that it draws people in. They feel part of the performance. So again, that's the responsibility that we have, that we take seriously.
Lion King were the first big West End show to do an autism-friendly performance. And so they really paved the way for this.
Yeah.
And for us to be a part of that is really quite incredible.
Yeah, it's been. George and I, we sometimes get a bit emotional over things, but hey, right. But
we're fathers, so
we're fathers, so yeah. But when they come and then we speak to the parents afterwards, during these performances and afterwards, and being able to bring their children to the show, and their kids can kind of express themselves freely without people looking and whatever, that's kind of moved us on a few occasions.
There's something in it literally for everybody.
Yeah.
So everybody can enjoy it. It doesn't matter where you come from, which part of the world. It's something that everyone can enjoy. There are moments that you remember, maybe when things didn't quite go as planned. But for me, maybe one of the highlights was actually hearing that I got the job.
Yeah.
Because that was the start of what's been an incredible journey, doing an unbelievable show with some of the most talented people in the West End. And for me, it's been an absolute privilege.